Good morning. It's Monday, September 26th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We're here to practice Baguazhang. We have the first 4 of the 8 palm changes that we're working on this week on the pattern. And let's get started. We'll do some basic stretches, and then I'll talk a little bit about what we're doing, and we'll do it. Yes, morning coffee. Wouldn't be here without it. Alright, feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Drop the shoulders, pull up through the center. Pull up through the crown of the head. Hands circle the front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Reach out. Bend the knees. Stretch out over the legs. Roll up as you come up. Don't pull. Roll. Drop the tailbone all the way up through the spine. And stretch up one more time. Reach up. Elbows drop down. Fingertips. Follow your fingertips down. And arch through the back as you come up. Roll down. One more time. Hands return to both sides. Don't stop. Side to side. Come on back up that center line. You turn to my right, you turn to your left. Big circle. Follow the space between your hands. Keep your shoulders down. Smile. And come to center and go back the other way. I'm going to my left, you're going to your right. One more. And come back to center. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips. Hands return to your sides. Alright, right foot front, leg stretch. Not too deep, but not up here either. Okay? Open the leg. Knee is open, so that you can do this. It's not locked back here. It's open. Front leg, push into the heel, not into your knee. Straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and sink more. Keep going. And come on back up. Other leg, left leg front. Make sure you can bend the knee. Into the heel, on the front foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and sink. Keep going. And come on back up. Alright. As we finish this stretch, this sink builds strength in the upper part of the back of the leg. So, right in here. That gives us the ability to go up and down. It does. Part of it. The other part is the abs and holding. Is my hips. Everything above the hip has to hold all by itself. Instead of being on my hips, I need to be up over them. Open the hip. All right. As we practice this morning, we have the first 4 palm changes. I said I was going to speed this up. It was slow, and I went very slowly at the very beginning. And I said I was going to speed it up. Here we are. All right, we have, hang on. Let me straighten this out so that I'm not off at an angle there. There we go. All right. My rug here has a traditional Chinese pattern. 8 flowers around the center. That is the Bagua. The 8 Gua around the yin yang in the center, that is the Bagua. Chin, heaven, right here, in the south, facing north. Now, that may not be literal, because right now I'm standing in the west facing east-ish. That way is, right? Go that way. South is over there. North is over there. So I could start here, literally standing in the south facing north. What does that, I'm repeating some of this, so just bear with me here. What does that matter? This is the traditional instruction for how to practice. Stand in the south facing north. In order to arrange the directions, how can you tell a person which direction to go? Turn to your left. Is that going to get me to where I need to be or not? Maybe, maybe not. Face east. All right, I can do that. The use of the 4 cardinal and the 4 angular directions, north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest, in the Bagua is intentional. It's deliberate. And it's also part of what we want to pay attention to when we think about the energies that we're working with. Internal energies, combinations of. All right, each of the Gua, each of the trigrams, the Gua in Bagua, the trigrams. 3 broken lines, earth, right here. 3 solid lines, heaven, over here. Each of those 8 Gua has a representation in philosophy as well as in what we're doing in our martial art practice. All right. So as I stand here, this is position 1, heaven. Earth is position 8. So all the way around, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, and back to 1. Why does it matter? We're going to use that pattern. We started here at position 1. Palm change 1. At position 6. As we turn to the other side, 1, 2. Palm change 2. At position 2. Palm change 3. At position 3. Palm change 4. At position 4. All right, relax for a second. Notice that, and first of all, it wasn't perfect. Notice that wasn't what I want you to notice, though, but I got to call it out because it wasn't. The position that we end up in, position that we want to end up in, is going to require, with the exception of palm change 3, it's pretty much going to require 2 steps to get to the next change. All right. So I'm here, turn, I'm just doing the feet, 1, 2, change, step, and 1, 2, change, right? As I finish palm change 2, I gotta come around to position 3. We get 4 steps. Complete palm change 3, and now I'm back to 2 steps. Right? If I open up my step just a little bit in palm change 2, I will be further around. I'm still going to have to come around to position 3. Okay? And each time we change, we're working the other side. So I start here. I'm giving a lot of explanation right now. We're working on this all week too, so there's that. I start here. I'm on the right. 1, 2. Right side change. Now I'm on the left. 1, 2. Left side change. I'm on the right again. Each time, it's the other side. This is unlike what we were doing previously, where we started, we're still walking a circle. We start here, all the way around, change, go all the way around and change. We do that right now. First palm change, at position 1, all the way around, palm change 1, change to the other side, palm change 1 again. Salute to the center. Pull up through the back, open the hip, pull up through the center, breathe in, breathe out, sink, turn, open, 1, 2, palm change, and keep going, keep going. 8, and palm change 1, and come around, and left side. 8. Do it again. Palm change 1, all the way around. Close. Open, other side, left side. All right, relax. My first turn there, I was still thinking about, and this is important, I was still thinking about the pattern. I'm going to change on the pattern. How our thought process, how our intent, what did I intend to do? Right? What I said was, I'm going to walk the whole circle. When I started, my idea, my thought, was palm change 1 on the circle. So I started to make the change at position 6. That intent, what am I doing here, is critical to all of our practice. I talk about it all the time, that part of what drives your movement, part of what drives the energy, part of what drives whatever it is you are going to do, is the intent behind. what do you intend to do? Do I intend to stand here and hold my coffee and not spill it? I do. Do I, and, excuse me, and can I, can I talk with my other hand while I'm doing it? Yeah. Right? That's my intent. It matters all the much more with what we're doing. What's my intent? It wasn't to hold my coffee. I wasn't. Right? What was my intent? It's softer. It's much softer than what I just did. First time you did not want to meet my hand. You didn't. The second time, you might have, because it was soft and it was all right. Right? That difference matters in everything we do. Now, when we practice, the idea is to pay attention to what we're doing, not what somebody else might be doing, not that external thing, because that external thing can be different. I'm going to practice to develop my skills for myself, and if it should happen that I need to use them, it should be there. This intent. If I ignore the potential, the opportunity for an application here, because there's several. If I ignore that, that's not Bagua. I'm doing something else, but it's not that martial idea, that idea that there is a self-defense, there is an application. And again, application is not this one thing against this one thing. That's bogus. In Taiji, we have an application called push. And push. It's an application. The intent behind push can be expressed here, 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 and here. Multiple different movements for one application. That's what the internal arts offer us. Not, well, this is this one, and this is another one, and this is a different one, and this is something else, and this is something else, and this is something else, and you have to do. No. That method of study is not what I practice. And I'm emphasizing this because there are a lot of people who teach that way. I had a student come to me that had learned that way. 200 some odd moves written out in detail. This one's for this, this one's for this one's for that, this one's for this. All he had was a mess. Had no idea how to actually use his body. All he had was a list of techniques. And he worked them. He tried. It wasn't there. It was mechanical. It was incomplete. because the only thing that he could do was some physical movement. There's no intent, there's no chi, there was no spirit, there was just some physical, rote, learned, boring movement. I don't know if he's still studying. It's been many years. I'd expect not. Nothing to hang on to. Nothing to build. Nothing to build on. Okay? And again, this is, if we only practice for what we can do to another person, that practice is wrong. That practice is incomplete. That practice will never sustain anything. Might make it for a couple of years. It won't sustain. If we practice to develop ourselves, to refine our own energy, to develop our own skills, to look inside ourselves and come to an understanding of who we are, what we can do, and what we might be able to do, that will sustain. That self-development, that idea, the intent behind, I want to cultivate myself so I can become a better person. I want to cultivate myself so I can become a better artist. I want to cultivate myself so I can become better at these movements. That's a very different idea than, I want to learn how to kick this guy. Right? I want to go learn how to punch. It's something. I like a heavy bag from time to time. There are times when I would like to punch something. There are. That's not all I want to learn. And that anger, somebody who's cultivating that anger is somebody that I want to stay away from. Because we don't want to cultivate. Me. I do not want to cultivate that anger. Go away. The classics talk about meeting your opponent as if walking. There's no, right? There's no, hello, how are you? Right? That's it. Being able to do that is not easy. And I'm still working on it. All right. 4 palm changes. And I'm going to turn around and go from the other side after we do this. Slowly, pay attention. This is number 1. This is 6. Palm change 1 happens at position 6. Palm change 2, over here, position 2. Palm change 3. Palm change 4. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Salute to the center. Smile. Open. Slowly. 1, 2. Palm change 1. Close. Open to the left. 1, 2. Palm change 2. Split. Down. Turn. Open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close to the outside. Palm change 3. Turn. Open. Turn. Twist. Open left. 1, 2, palm change 4. Right hand out, left hand up on the left, and down, turn around, and center. All right, relax for a second. We're going to do this from the other side. So I'm going to start here. Same pattern, except that what you'll see will be from the other direction. As we go around the circle, pay attention to placement, whole body placement. Pay attention to your stepping so that your footwork matches what we're trying to do with the pattern. Okay? This is slow and careful right now. Okay? We get to Wednesday, I'm going to speed it up. All right? So, and let's do this first, and then I'll review just a little bit palm changes 3 and 4. Standing in the south, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and 4. 6 over here. Salute. Breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Turn. And 1, 2. Palm change 1. Turn. Left side. Palm change 2. And come on around. Palm change 3. Palm change 4. Relax. Each change takes a little bit more effort. Movement's more complicated, right? It takes a little bit more energy, and it requires a bit more balance, placement, and hold through both the upper and the lower body. So this has to sink, right? Sink into the legs, sink into the heel, not into the toes, into the heel. Hold with the toes. Keep the back straight. Right? You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this either. Right? Straight. So that you can turn. And not put yourself off balance. Palm change 3 starts to the outside. Let me do this. Yeah. I'm wanting to use the I want to use the rug. All right, let's pretend. Got my right foot front. As I come around the circle, all right? I'm here, right foot front. Turn to the outside. Right foot front. Turn to the outside. Keep going. Hands up. Open. Turn. Twist. That, 2 things. As we come here, this open, both hands press out, both legs are the same height. Okay? So unlike palm change 2, or here, palm change 3, we want this one. Palm change 4, we're going to come to here. Notice the hand? All right. As we turn, turn around and do this. Here, right hand under. Right hand goes up, left hand goes down. Right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Right hand comes up, left hand tucks under. It's bigger than what it needs to be. And it's slow and it has no intent. This is just the arm movement. What am I doing with my arms? 1, 2, 3. Do it from this side. Yeah, here we go. Just the hands. That coordination makes a difference. We're going to see this again in palm change 6. And we have, for that, we're going to double this and go back the other way. All right? Turning. Palm changes 1 through 4. Excuse me, I didn't review palm change 4. Palm change 4. Real quick. Out. Step through. And I'm here. I'm going to do this on the left side. Here. Right. Left. Up. Down. All right. One more time. As I turn, right, walk in the circle, left foot, so right side for palm change 3. As I come back around, it's going to be left side for palm change 4. So as I place my foot, I'm in the wrong position here, but just bear with me. As I place my foot here, turn, press out. The circle does get me. It does. Right side, if I'm doing palm change 4, I'm here. Left hand comes across. Left side. Right hand comes across, left hand pulls back. As I step through, the other hand comes out, right? Whichever the other one was. As I go up, I need to be ready to come down, that downward split. Several opportunities there. And this can extend if you wanted it to. All right? That idea, as I beat up on this earlier in this class, the idea that this is only one thing. No. No. What are the opportunities here? Multiples of. We use them. We pay attention to them. We don't focus exclusively on them so that all we ever think about is what kind of destructive thing we can do. We pay attention to them so that if we have to, we know what these movements can do. We have that intent, the idea behind, we know what the possibilities are, and given the circumstance, we may choose to use one of them. We may. Or we might not. I could choose to walk away. And that would be my first choice for most, just about everything. All right, so I'm going to say it one more time. The idea that there is only one application for any of these moves is misguided. That's the kindest word that I have for that. There's always going to be more than one, oftentimes more than two or three, opportunities for something that could be done within each and every movement that we're doing. If all we ever pay attention to is one, we miss everything else. What am I doing in my practice here? What am I doing here? Seriously, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm going to keep asking that question for a second. What am I doing? What did I just do? Palm change one. But what did I do? What did I really do? Paid attention to my footwork. Paid attention to my body placement and the way that my waist was turned. I paid attention to my hands and my arms and their position in space and how I had connected the energy through my palms to the space that I was working. I focused on my lower dantian, and I also focused, in this particular case, on my upper dantian. That vision to see what's going on. Shangguang, that sense of placement through the movement. That was my focus. Really. Balance, placement, footwork, weight transfer, using lower dantian, paying attention to the upper dantian, paying attention to the turning through the waist, paying attention to how I move and how that movement can be perfected. What are the requirements for the movement? What are the requirements for the footwork? What are the requirements for the turn? Did I meet those requirements? Well, yeah, I did. Could I do it better? I could. I could speed it up a little bit. I could have a little bit lower stance. There's a number of things that I could do that would make that better. That's what practice is about. Not bludgeon and punch and hurt somebody else. How can I improve me? All four, slowly. Position 1, palm change 1, at position 6. Salute to the center. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, turn. Open. 1, 2, close and press out. Palm change 1. Open. 1, 2. Palm change 2. Turn, split, up, down. Turn, around the circle. Palm change 3. Turn, twist. Palm change 4. Turn, press out. Right hand out, left hand down, left hand up. And come on up and down. Turn around. Center. Relax. We're going to do this again. 2 more times. And I want you to pay attention to two things. First, the combination of movement. Where are we going? How are we moving? What's that look like? Right? And it does look like that. A little bit. I could draw it out more carefully. But that's fundamentally what it looks like. So pay attention to the pattern. Pay attention to relaxing the breath as you move so that your breathing is much more coordinated and slower than your movements. Okay? So if we speed this up and your breath is 1-to-1 for each movement, you're going to go through the first palm change when we start speeding it up. No, we don't do that. That's, no. Deepen the breath so that as you're moving, you're able to bring up, breathe in. I'll do this with sound another time, but I'm checking the screen up over here. So that your breath is full and complete, and you don't end up gasping for air when you finish. Okay? A little perspiration, yeah, it's all right, but no gasping. 2 more times. Yeah, I'm checking to see, can I do this? Salute to the center. Smile. Helps to relax. Does pull up through the crown of the head. Breathe in. Breathe out. Turn. And relax the breath. Keep the breath well coordinated. Nice and easy. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, relax for a second. And do it again. As we move, this idea, breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Here's 5 moves that I'm doing on that breath. The deeper the breath, the easier it is to coordinate with the movement. So what do I mean by that? Breath comes from here, not from here. Diaphragm, up and down. The lungs, open here. Okay? This part of the chest, front part of the chest, doesn't do anything. Stays there. Okay? It shouldn't be stuck up here, and it shouldn't be sunk down here. Find the middle. Open the back. To breathe. Okay? And I will say this. If we were in person, one of the things that I do occasionally, not all the time, is I will have a student put their hands on my back. Right here. And allow that person to feel me breathe. It's a pretty instant understanding of what we're supposed to be doing. Being able to do it takes a little work. Okay? That's what we're doing now. open the back, use the full capacity of the lungs. Pay attention to the idea that there may be more than one movement with each breath. Salute to the center. Not too fast. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn. Palm change 1. Relax the breath. Open the back. Palm change 2. Relax the breath. Open the back. Palm change 3. And palm change 4. Relax. Remember that after that last set, I have to come back up, right? Can. It's important to remember that, because as we sink down, that ability to come back up makes a difference. All right, now, you will notice that I'm perspiring a little bit. I don't know if you can see it through camera. And I'm breathing. Been working, doing something. Exertion. Absolutely. One of the things that we have in Bagua that we do not have in either Taiji, normally. As a fast form, we can get there, but normally no. Xingyi, again, not so much. This is part of the energy development, is a good way to say it, that we get from Bagua. It's not slow. It's not without exertion, right? We are doing a lot of work through each movement. The feet have to work, the legs have to work, upper body has to work, everything has to work. As we do that, we build up more and more internal energy. When we stop, we notice that, I've stopped and need a minute to catch my breath, right? This is a good thing. We want this. The better you get at Bagua, the less you have to labor over your breathing. The faster you move, the deeper the breath. We don't want to quicken the breath to move faster. We want to deepen the breath to move faster. So there's more time for each breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Right? We use the emphasis for the breath in our applications. So a little bit different practice versus I'm going to use an application. Breathe out. Breathe out. Ready? Breathe in and breathe out. Right? That coordination we need to maintain. So I know that it sounds like it's two different things. It's not. It is, but it's not. It's all part of how we coordinate our movement and our breathing. All right, I'm going to stop here for today. We have all 4 palm changes again tomorrow and Wednesday. I will speed it up a little bit tomorrow, a little bit more on Wednesday. So we're going to be moving faster, just so you're ready. The other 4 palm changes, as we are working on these first 4, keep in mind that the other 4 are all more complicated than what we're doing now. Back and review. If you feel like it, go back and review 5, 6, 7, and 8. I will review 5, 6, 7, and 8 as we do them. All right? And I'll probably spend at least a week, not 2, after we're done, to go back and review all 8, so that there is some clarity around not only what we're doing in each palm change, but how we're doing it, what we should be paying attention to, and how we can use both the energy and the intent behind to develop ourselves and to be able to develop some skills in self-defense. I appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow, Bagua. Wednesday, Bagua. Thursday and Friday, Qigong.